unfortunately, we're going to talk a little bit of Power Rangers first because something came out today, something kind of important. And I want everybody's take on it. I want to see what everybody thinks about it. Plus, I got the Clips channel up and going, so I'm going to keep using it because I like it. I like it, so we're going to keep using it. Hi, Clips channel. How's it going? We got some Power Ranger news today in the form of Hasbro CEO breaking his silence on Power Rangers in 2023. This was from I believe, earnings call today or yesterday. But this is from the Illuminati. It says, Hasbro CEO Chris Cox finally speaks about Power Rangers for the first time. The future of the franchise seems to be in good hands. Now, I don't love... I will decide about this last sentence in a second, okay? Once we read it. All right. It says, our time with Power Rangers is over, but for now, Hasbro's time with Power Rangers is only getting truly started. Ever since Chris Cox became the CEO of Hasbro, he has been rather quiet about the cherished Tokusatsu franchise surrounding the superheroes we love until now. Hasbro acquired the Power Rangers brand from Haim Saban in 2018. The late CEO Brian Goldner acquired the brand with the vision of not only reinventing the franchise, but fostering its true potential. Sadly, tragedy struck. I can read. Tragedy struck, and Mr. Goldner died of cancer in 2021. R.I.P. a real one. Chris Cox succeeded him in January 2022, but he has never mentioned anything about Power Rangers, leading many fans to grow worried. Power Rangers had a good year, apparently. Today, at Hasbro's third quarter 2023 earnings conference call, Cox did the unthinkable, detailing its growth despite the impairments of Hasbro faced this year, in addition to strikes in Hollywood, as well as reaffirming their commitment to Power Rangers. This is a quote of what he said. In the entertainment segment, revenues fell 40%, mainly due to strikes by actors and writers. Mainly due to studios. Partially offsetting this, we saw 53% growth in family brands driven by sales of Peppa Pig and Power Rangers content. Peppa Pig, that's our GOAT! That's what this channel is all about! Our direct-to-consumer business has grown 57% year-to-date in 2023. Hasbro Pulse is a modest-sized platform today, but it is growing rapidly, providing new ways to delight fans and learn from our consumers. We are excited to continue developing our direct initiatives behind the brands like Star Wars, Marvel, Transformers, Magic, G.I. Joe, D&D, and Power Rangers. There's missing an R there. One of the best brand lineups in the collectibles universe, Chris Cox. Now, the rest goes on, but this other quote I wanted to bring up, it says, Power Rangers is not leaving Hasbro. There are no plans to sell or give up any of the franchise brands for that matter. In fact, in the Q&A session, when asked if there were any plans to prune any of the brands, Cox had something reassuring to say. Quote, our franchise brands are essential to the company and are linked to our main categories. In action figures, you have Transformers, secondarily Power Rangers. And those are all the quotes we have from Chris Cox about Power Rangers today. Now, I do think the second sentence of this top one, or even just the legacy lives on, is rather much ado about nothing. Because, like, obviously, he would say that stuff during an earnings call. I'm trying to figure out where the camera's placed. During an earnings call. It is... First of all, this first quote is a big nothing. Like, of course, Power Rangers made money this year, Power Rangers content, because they released Power Rangers content this year. They released Once and Always and Cosmic Fury. Those are like two big things that came out. But the second one is more interesting because he said, in action figures, you have Transformers, secondarily Power Rangers. Now, mind you, this is a brand that owns the action figure collectibles for the licenses for like Star Wars, Marvel, and owns G.I. Joe. So they didn't say G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Power Rangers. They said Transformers and secondarily Power Rangers, which gives me so much hope for, if anything, the Lightning Collection, honestly. Legacy Lives On sounds like stuff they'd say about an old franchise that gets random one-off collectibles. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's crazy. And mind you, this is all from the writers of the Illuminati. This one is from Moriba Forte, who follows me on Twitter, and we follow each other. What's up? But this is good and nice that they mentioned Power Rangers. And I think this is the important thing that you have that he said, that in action figures, Transformers and Power Rangers, I don't think this is a gigantic highlight for any production or anything. I think this means like, hey, Lightning Collection did well enough to come back. We're number 2. So, Power Rangers. We're number 2. In one aspect. Yay. We love participation trophies. And like, know that collectors, investor calls and everything and earnings calls are like supposed to absolutely hype up investors. Like, that's what they're there for. So it's a good thing, but it's also like, hey, this is where we have to brag about stuff. And if stuff went badly, like we were down 53% in revenue because of strikes, then we have to find something to hype up. And the something they hyped up was Power Rangers. And that's cool. I think that is a start of being cool. At least Power Rangers is the #1 best-selling American adaptation of Super Sentai. That's good. Could you imagine if Hasbro was like, Power Rangers is the #1 best-selling American Tokusatsu adaptation of a 5-color team. And I think that's great. You would have to say American adaptation, right? Because like, Kyoryuger Brave probably did really good. So you can't say like just Super Sentai adaptation. Saber is the next tier Power Ranger adaptation. That would be crazy. But I think they're really dead set on only using their own stuff.